here we are on another goddamn plane, and I hate flying, but I've been flying everywhere this past year, so fuck it. Our destination this time is Long Beach, California, where we want to take part in the resurgence of the Warped Tour 30th anniversary. The upside? We were going to our first Warped Tour. The downside? We had to fly into LA, Los Angeles, California. The most popular and most undesired place to go in California.
Now that's the plane you want to be on.
And look at that. We had to settle for the wrong car due to a botched reservation. Don't worry, I won't mention any names.
Yeah, you better give me the insurance because I am gonna beat the hell out of this thing.
After checking into the hotel, making sure the bed was appropriate for my back, we decided to go through our Millennial Festival checklist. Ibuprofen, sunscreen, hydration packets, magnesium, protein powder, legal adaptogens, beetroot powder, granola bars, illegal adaptogens, stomach stuff, and of course, plenty of water and weed. We had about a 3-block walk, which really wasn't that bad considering that the high for today was going to be 76 degrees. And we just came from a place where the high was going to be 112. So this was a walk in the park, and I even brought a sweater just in case. Now there weren't many red flags to this Warped Tour, but the first one came right away. When walking in, you saw the 21 and over wristband lines going horizontally across the line going into the festival. And me and Ashley were literally the last two to receive our wristbands before they shut the whole thing down and moved it on the inside due to everybody complaining. And yes, we did get VIP to take advantage of all of the amenities to make us more comfortable throughout the festival, which we found out very soon were absolutely none. The security screening consisted of a guy cracking jokes and not even looking in the bag, which really I didn't mind. So after sneaking in everything that proves that the DARE program was a failure, we decided to locate the different stages, get our breakfast beers, and hang out by the inflatable sign which told us which band was going to play in which stage. After it shot up, Ashley bull rushed to the front of everybody to take a picture of the entire sign, and then somehow came up with a mathematical equation on who to see and when?
Day to remember is 7:31.
I don't know what her beautiful mind was doing, but I didn't ask any questions because it all worked out. It led us to the opening band, which is one of my absolute favorites, Big Ass Truck.
If you know this song, you fucking jump! Yeah! More, let's go!
Big Ass Truck was a perfect cup of strong coffee to wake up this warped morning. And it even gave me a sense of pride, because this was the first time that my wife Ashley actually admitted she now likes slam metal.
Does anybody here want to be my long-term girlfriend? I don't think one woman put their hand up. Shit.
Games we play ended up trying to do a Coldplay kiss cam, but it had the opposite effect.
This is live streaming on Amazon. Let's go. There's a girl, shades gray. Let me see this one. Holy shit. Never been without where you felt. Wow, that's disgusting, but I love it. Baby, you're. Open it up. Open it up. Everyone. Where's the Boston? Boston! You ready? What's up,
Drain kept the drive going with their high-energy hardcore style. But not only did we get to see them, but this was our first opportunity to take advantage of the VIP section. Warped Tour had 8 stages and 3 VIP sections. Each section was a little 2-story awning on the way side of the stage. Like super side of the stage. The amenities are what drew us in initially. They had air-conditioned bathrooms, shaded viewing areas, our own water stations, and a concierge booth, which was a line that was never less than 40 deep. And I tracked somebody down that walked away from it and asked what they got, and they said it was just candy and sunscreen. But the main draw for us was the lockers. We were able to rent lockers to store whatever we wanted while we were at the festival. There definitely were some nice perks to the VIP section, but what really killed it for me was you had to get in early and stay there. If you didn't get in by 6 p.m., they shut it down and nobody else was allowed in because it was so overcrowded from being oversold. So for half the day, each day, the VIP section was shut off to everybody, even if you bought a VIP ticket or not. So for an extra $380 per ticket, no, the VIP is not worth it. For months I was calling this band Sace 6, but apparently they go by Sauce 6. Whatever, I've been listening to them for a while because they hit pretty much every genre that I like. And even switching off between the singer and the guitar player makes them interesting and catchy as hell. And with it being still early in the day, us millennials had to get our steps in.
Get on somebody's shoulders and get the fuck out there!
Gideon is an extremely right-wing political metal band. Although they have really good breakdowns at times, they're constantly singing about getting their freedom back, so I think they're being trapped by somebody somewhere or something. I don't know. I'm not political at all, so I enjoy a few of their songs. But I find it really ballsy that the first thing they did was pass out MAGA red gallon hats, considering that they're in Long Beach, California. But you know what they say in the South? You gotta fight for that freedom that was never taken from you and you've always had. Slaughter to Prevail was impossible to get close to. Their popularity has been skyrocketing ever since Alex Terrible somehow has become Robin to Rodney Radke's Batman. But if this Russian deathcore band is new to you, believe it or not, look up their older stuff. They were way heavier.
Keep your mouth shut, your eyes open. 6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh chili swept across the bathroom floor. Out my back window, I made my escape.
I was trying to think about something to say about Ice-T, but what could be said about Ice-T? It's just Ice T, man. He came out and laid his smoothness all over the goddamn crowd. His old school gangster rap just brought everybody straight back 20, 30 years ago, and we were having a blast. And just like that, his crew disappeared, and Body Count was there. They came out paying tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. Ice-T then explained that there's no color in metal, and proved it with their rendition of Rain and Blood by Slayer. The Ice-T Body Count double set was the perfect midday pick-me-up. The energy was high, and up until that point, I considered that the best performance of the day. Until... Enter Shikari is just pure, raw energy, and I am here for it. Their crowd just stopped becoming a crowd. It just became a huge party with hundreds of friends. Go see them live if you can. It's a disservice to yourself to not do that. We decided to call it a night on day one right there, for a couple of reasons. One, the bands left we saw before Warped Tour, and 2, our backs hurt. So we made the long trek back, headed to get some dinner and refuel so that we can make it through. And always remember to subscribe, like, and follow for all of our concert experiences. And you can always help the channel by checking out the support tiers in the description of every video. Day 2 started off just like day 1. We got there early, got our breakfast beers,
Oh man.
and camped out in front of the first stage we came past while Ashley Oppenheimered our set list for the day. Magnolia Park. Remember that name. You're going to hear about them a lot. They bring what I call a new kind of modern new metalcore to the table, and I dig every second of it. Their live show was so good that it prompted us to get tickets to see them when we go back home to Phoenix.
There's barbarians in California, or your favorite band.
Hey, is that the singer of AWOL Nation? Why, yes it is. Aaron Bruno took AWOL Nation and injected it with steroids and meth and created the Barbarians of California. They are my new everyday go-to. I headbang religiously to these assholes. And at this point, this was my third morning beer, so... bathroom review. The VIP trailer bathrooms were air-conditioned, but the size of them made you think they were made for pygmy dwarves. The GA bathrooms were the same thing, just minus the trailers, and they were clean. How clean? Bathroom check. It's so clean, I can smell the shit from the portable john next to me. I had one goal on day 2, and that was to see the Barbarians of California. And since they were the second band to perform, my day just opened up. So I decided to walk around and see the sights of Warped Tour. One really cool feature of Warped Tour is something called Merch Alley. They had multiple makeshift alleys lined with merch booths that were open the entire time the festival was going on, so at any time you can go to any band and get anything you needed. I also enjoyed how the Warped Tour viewed you bringing your children as having a disability. There was also one food stand that consistently had nobody at it. I won't mention any names, but I will show the video. Everywhere you turned, there was something to catch your eye. Even the Warped Tour Museum was mind-blowing. Not only did they have rare artifacts from the artist, but they had actual art painted by the artist that you could buy on the spot. So after refueling, and just a side note, 2 beers came out to $43 before tip. Yeah. We decided to readjust our list and catch 2 more must-sees before we called it a night.
Beat down, slap metal. Warped Tour, open it up!
If Leslie Knope and Meshuggah had a baby, their baby would be Scene Queen. This bimbo core 3-piece is putting a new style of metal on the map, and I for one like it. This is gonna piss off a lot of the purists, but in all honesty, a lot of the purists are afraid of women anyways. Drug Church ended our night the way they always end our night, by draining us of every ounce of energy we had. This is going to be the 4th time us seeing Drug Church in just over a year and a half. And it never gets old. I love how they're one of the only bands that actually make the security guards earn their paycheck. What looks like chaos is just pure musical bliss. We had an amazing time and had to crawl back to our car after this. Pro, the amount of bands that they had. There was no other way to see this much live music in a 48-hour period. Having a different variety of genres and crowds just kept everything alive, upbeat, and within that special bubble that live music lovers love to be in. Con, the amount of bands that they had. Over 120 bands in 2 days. When you read the list of everybody who was going to perform, and you made your list of everybody you wanted to see, odds are the constant overlapping made it so the bands that you paid your money to see you couldn't see at all. Pro, Warp's understanding of hydration. They understood die-hard crowd likes to stay in their element, and that they need to be hydrated while they're there. So they were throwing out tons of these SOS Food Lab emergency drinking water packets. Even though the temperature wasn't going to break 80 degrees, the constant exposure to the sun did take a toll, which brings me to my con. Seems that Warped forgot about the sun, because they did not provide shade anywhere. This thing was projected to sell 80,000 tickets. The official count is 85,000 tickets. And local radio affiliates are saying that the actual official count is 88,000. Rounding up, I'd say roughly around 350 people per VIP section were able to get shade. So roughly just over 1,000 people combined were able to get shade out of 88,000 people in the crowd. But I'll just end this on the biggest pro of all. Warped Tour is back. This is and always has been a generational staple. And it didn't matter what you look like, what you were into, what you dressed like, who you were there with. And one thing that showed that was the lack of cops and security, mainly because they weren't needed. This was an 88,000 person family reunion, and we all loved each other at the same time equally. I was so glad we got to be a part of this, even though I ended up looking even more Mexican.
Burnt as shit in my face.
And will we go back? Well...